Hey there, how you doing, Mr. Buyer? Um, we are here to write a purchase offer for you for the home at 3368 Hickory Hills Drive. So we're going to do two sets of paperwork. First set of paperwork is we're going to do the buyer broker agreement. That is for me to represent you in this purchase. And then we're going to write an actual purchase offer. Okay, so let's start here. This is useful information for you about real estate transactions. It says realtors are real estate professionals who are bound by a strict code of ethics. It says services that I can provide to you are doing research, providing you information, showing you homes, writing purchase offers, negotiating contracts, and guiding you through the settlement process. It says legal requirements in the state of Virginia. All real estate contracts must be in written format. Verbal contracts are not enforceable and will not be honored. Financing says you have the opportunity to choose your own mortgage company and negotiate the mortgage rate with them. Your mortgage company is going to require you to have two kinds of insurance: homeowners insurance, also known as hazard insurance, and title insurance. This speaks to the seller's U.S. tax status as to whether they pay U.S. taxes or if they're foreign residents. Okay, if you're concerned about any construction in the area of roads or buildings, consult the master plan at the local jurisdictional planning office, which will be the Fairfax County Government Center. This says, do not take the word of your real estate agent about the condition of the property. Licensed professionals, home inspectors, exist to tell you about all of these things that can kill you. Likewise for home energy efficiency. Licensed professionals exist to tell you about that. It's your responsibility to read and understand all documents that you sign in connection with this contract. It's your responsibility to go here to the Virginia State Police database and check for the presence of any sex offenders in the area. This tells you about different types of real estate representation. Seller's representation is the listing agent representing the seller. Buyer's representation is me representing you. Dual representation occurs when the same agent represents both the buyer and the seller, and designated representation occurs when both agents work through the same brokerage. Okay, if you understand all of those terms, please go ahead and sign here. This is Long & Foster's affiliated business arrangement agreement. It says that Long & Foster has business relationships with all of these companies that provide real estate services. We typically will use companies like RGS for settlement and Prosperity for mortgage. We also have services provide insurance. Okay. These are the standard state rates for your title insurance. Please sign there. Okay, this one is Megan's Law. Reiterates that you should go to the Virginia State Police database and do your research there. Sign here, please. This one is an alert. Says that people are trying to steal your money. They are hacking into the emails of real estate agents, attorneys, settlement companies, and sending fake information about where to send funds. Do not send funds to anyone unless you're absolutely certain they're legitimate. Sign there. Okay, and this is the actual agreement for me to represent you. It starts today and it runs for 6 months, so we run it out to February 28th, 2020. If you terminate early, there is 0 penalty. Okay, tells you about the broker's duties, which is stuff that I never read. Initial there, please. Okay, buyer's duties. Buyer's duties are you'll perform all the tasks that your lender and the settlement company ask you to perform. The purpose of our agreement is to find you a residential property in Virginia. Speaks to compensation. We never charged, can't even say that, edit that out. Okay, you're not part of a relocation program. This again tells you about types of real estate representation: seller's representation, buyer's representation, designated and dual representation. So by checking here, you consent to be shown homes listed by other Long and Foster agents. And by checking here, you consent to be shown homes listed by me. I don't list homes at the moment, only for friends and family. Okay, we comply with all fair housing laws. This speaks to default. So if a party is sued, they can be sued for attorney's fees, court costs, and damages. Initial there, please. Okay. This reiterates a lot of the stuff that we've just seen in the useful information. So it tells you about professional services, Megan's Law, wire fraud, service provider referrals. Miscellaneous says that this overrides any previous versions of this document that you may have signed. Sign there, please. Okay, this is a mutual agreement to arbitrate. Says that rather than go through the machinations of suing people in certain situations, that you agree to arbitration. This is cheaper for you and for whoever is being sued. Well, actually, this agreement is between you and Long and Foster, so it's you'll go to arbitration rather than suing. It's cheaper, it's quicker process. Okay, sign there, please. Okay, and that's everything that we have in the buyer-broker agreement. This is the actual purchase offer. Okay, so it says we are going to have Mr. Buyer as the buyer and Mr. Seller as the seller. We are going to purchase the property at 3368 Hickory Hills Drive in Oakton, 22124. We're going to get a conventional mortgage with 20% down, 80% financed for a purchase price of $725, and we're asking the seller to provide $10,000 towards your closing costs. Okay, initial there, please. This is the earnest money deposit. Now, do you know what earnest money is? It's good faith money that shows that shows the seller that you are really interested in purchasing the home. This is your money that's going to be held in an escrow account by Long and Foster. It will be credited to you at settlement. If the contract becomes void, you will get the earnest money back. Settlement is going to occur on October 3rd, 2019. Okay. So this speaks to the Real Estate Settlement Agents Act, which used to be the Real Estate Settlement Protection Act. It says that nobody can force you to use any particular settlement company. You can choose any company that you wish. Okay, initial there. Okay, down payment says the balance of the payment that's needed you're going to bring to settlement. This section speaks to delivery of documents. We want all the documents delivered to the listing agent at the listing agent's email and to me at the buyer at Ashley's email. And then this talks about the Virginia Residential Property Disclosure Act, which will be the last document that we sign today. I'll give you the details as we get to that. Initial there, please. Okay, this says the home is located within an HOA. So we want the HOA documents to be delivered to Ashley's email address and to the buyer's email address. Initial there. This page says that the home is not a condominium. Okay, initial there. This continues to say that the home is not a condominium, right down to here. Where it says we want the seller to deliver to the property to us in the same condition it is as of the date of the home inspection. We use the date of the home inspection because we have documentary proof of what the home looked like on that day. Initial there. And the house is to be delivered to us broom clean and clear of debris. It says the contract is contingent upon inspections, one or more inspections. Access to the property is only you can only access the property in order to fulfill the terms of the contract. That is to do your home inspection, to have the appraiser go in, to have a termite inspector go in and do a walkthrough prior to settlement. Sometimes you can get into the property apart from those times, but the seller is not obligated to let you in. Okay, speaks to utilities. The water and sewer are both public. Heat and hot water are gas, and air conditioning is electric. Okay, these are the personal items of personal property that convey with the home. There is a built-in microwave, multiple ceiling fans, a clothes washer, clothes dryer, cooktop, garage door opener with remotes, a gas log in the fire, a storage shed in the backyard, and a wall oven, dishwasher, disposal, fireplace with screen, refrigerator with ice maker, and window treatments. So initial there. There are no leased items. This again speaks to FIRPTA, which is the seller's tax status. Buyer's representation, you will occupy the home as your primary residence. Smoke detectors must be in normal working order according to current state laws. This says the home was built before 1978, but you waive the opportunity to have a lead-based paint inspection. We want the seller to provide a wood-destroying insect, aka termite inspection, prior to settlement. Initial there, please. Okay, we want the seller to maintain insurance on the property through settlement. We want the seller to deliver title to you, clean and clear of any defects. Speaks to mechanics liens. Contractors have 90 days from the last time that they delivered materials or did work on a property for which they've not been paid to file a lien against the property. We typically close in less than 90 days, so the seller will be required to sign at settlement that they've not contracted for any work that they've not paid for. Possession date is at settlement or after a pre-agreed rent back period. Initial there, please. Okay, says that settlement fees are usual and customary. Buyer pays buyer fees, seller pays seller fees. In your case, we've got $10,000. Well, hopefully we've got $10,000 coming from the seller's side towards your settlement costs. Brokers authorized to receive their commission. The adjustments, any items that are paid in bulk, such as taxes, HOA dues, etc., will be prorated at settlement. Again, this speaks to default. Once the contract's fully ratified and all the contingencies are removed, should the buyer or the seller fail to go to settlement, they can be sued. Can be sued for attorney's costs, court costs, and damages. Okay, initial both of those. Thank you. Okay. So all of this stuff on page 12, and yeah, all of that stuff on page 12 is the same stuff that we've seen in the useful information about real estate transactions. Okay, initial there. Down here it says assignability. Once the contract's ratified, you cannot change the parties to the contract without the agreement of all parties to the contract. Okay, there's some definition of terms. Miscellaneous says that if there are two copies of a particular document and one party signs one copy, the other party signs a different copy, together they make a complete document. If the contract becomes void, everyone will sign a release and you get your earnest money back. We are not asking the seller to provide a home warranty. It says, initial there, please. It says time is of the essence. It means that things are much more important than you think they are. Arbitration, we spoke about arbitration already. This says that you will arbitrate rather than suing. It's always a choice. Real estate licensed parties, you're not licensed, and the seller's not licensed either. This entire agreement, once signed and ratified, is legally binding. So if you do not intend to purchase this house, stop signing all these documents. Other documents that we're going to include with the contract are going to be a home inspection and a radon testing addendum, a residential property disclosure, conventional financing addendum, and a lead-based paint disclosure. Okay, initial there. And please to be signing here. Thank you. Okay, this is the financing addendum.